going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the next Wildcard Wednesdays episode. Today I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Instead of doing a beer review, I'm going to talk about how I write my songs. I'm still going to have my beer in it. Although I can't review this one. This is a beer I've had many times. 1664 Blanc. And it's fucking good. If you ever see it, try it. Because it's very refreshing. It's kind of like Rattler or Shandy, but it's kind of got its own unique way about it. So definitely try it if you see it. But ultimately, back to my point, how do I write my songs? How do I make my songs? I'm going to cover that in this video. So honestly, I kind of made up my own formula. Basically, I have a chorus. I have verse 1, I repeat the chorus, verse 2, repeat chorus, and then I have verse 3. And I have 4 lines, they always rhyme, and that's kind of just the framework. And I stick to that framework, and that's kind of how I write my songs. But how do I get the ideas for the songs? Honestly, I kind of just make them up on the fly. Let's say, for example, I got the trees around me, right? I can, think of the trees. I'm you know what? I'll write a song about the trees. I could do, some guy who owns a tree. I could, fucking do anything. And then, even, the bugs. I got, bees over here. We got, little flies. You even make a song about, a fucking fly in a tree. And you could, just go from there. Once you have the chorus set up, right, you can make the verses from the chorus. And the chorus repeats itself. So that's kind of your grounding point. And then I just branch out from there. So if you think of it the chorus is the root system, and the fucking verses are the flowers on the tree, you know? So that's kind of how I do the story and all that shit. I just think of some random thing, combine it, and just go with the flow. And then once I have the lyrics written, I make my fucking music. And what I do with the sequencers, right? I have a couple synthesizers. I use a Volca keys. I use a Volca sample 2, and I also use a Korg monologue. Volca sample 2, that one's basically a drum machine, so I kind of just set that up. Usually I do fucking kind of a breakbeat type style, but I do it at 110 beats per minute, because I feel that's just a nice kind of sound to it. Not too fast, it's not too slow, so it's kind of relaxing, but energetic enough so it's not fucking boring. And then I do that, almost have a kind of Latin sound to it, because I like to have the drums and that kind of shit going on too. And then I do the Korg monologue. Korg monologue is basically my bass. I kind of follow what they do with the funk sound, because I always put a 7th in there, because I feel that just kind of makes it sound nice and relaxed, kind of a chill sound. And sometimes I do kind of a Latin sound in that too, because I feel that's also nice, kind of laid back sound. And then after that, I set up the Volca keys. The Volca keys is kind of more of an accent. I don't really consider it a main part of the music, but I like to fuck with the cutoff and the resonance on there, because you can make that thing fucking scream if you want. Same with the Korg monologue, but the keys, I feel because it's more of a mid-ground, it's just something you can kind of fuck with, and it doesn't overpower the music. And then once I have all those synthesizers set up, that's when I start recording. So I fucking hit play, we get going, and then I start singing the chorus. And then after I sing the chorus, I take out my electric acoustic mandolin. Now that I gotta make my own video on, because that is my own fucking kind of Franken instrument, right? Because what I do, see, I take ukuleles, I take electric ukuleles, and I fuck them up. I cut the strings off, and I put steel strings on there. So they're more like a mandolin when I'm done fucking with them. And I put them in open mandolin tuning. So it's for example, it's a 5th, and it's every other one. It's an open tuning. So I stick to one key, which is why I call my music folktronica, but ultimately, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the fuck genre my music is. That's why, if you're ever looking at any of my songs, there's gonna be 1,000,001 tags, and That's because I don't know what the fuck to call my music. I have no idea what genre I play, so I just tag it with whatever I think fits. But regardless, that's the kind of instrument that I kind of use as like my main instrument in the music, is my electric acoustic mandolin. And they're a lot of fun to play. It's not really any other instrument. It's not really a mandolin, because it's got like the frets of a ukulele. So they're a little bit fatter than like mandolin fret, and it's not doubled up. And honestly, I like that because it makes it like it feels better in your hand. Because the mandolin frets are a little too small sometimes, and the doubled up strings can get kind of fucking annoying. I mean, it has that nice kind of sound to it, but still, I prefer the single string and I prefer the wider frets. But ultimately, you can't find solid body ukuleles, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, the electroacoustic sound is kind of nice. It works out well. It doesn't have much feedback, and when you put it through like some pedals, you can still get distortion. But after I do that to verse, I kind of rap it or chant it. I don't really consider myself a rapper in any way. I consider myself more like a fucking musician. But ultimately, I don't play any specific genre. I play my music. So I could be a rapper, I could be a singer, I could be a musician, I could be anything. I don't know what I am. I make music. That's all I am at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, after I do that verse, that's when I get out the tabor pipe. Now the tabor pipe is a really interesting instrument. It's a whole flute, it's like a fucking flute, but it's only got 3 holes. And you hold it like this, like, I don't have one on me right now, but let's say there's a tabor pipe. You pinch it here, and you only use these 3 fingers here. And I made a whole video on them. You change the pitch by like blowing harder and softer, and you could do like overtones on them. They're pretty cool. Like the harder you blow, you get higher and lower. It's a lot of fun. They're not like the most common instrument. Like, I feel like a lot of people haven't heard of the tabor pipe, but you can like look them up. There's like this company called Suzato that makes good quality tabor pipes that are pretty fucking cheap considering. So if you want to try it, just buy one, because I think you'll enjoy it. And it's kind of like a tin whistle, but at the same time, it's like a flute. It's like a weird instrument, but it's fun because you only need one hand to play it. And that comes in handy when you're fucking with the synthesizers, because you can like mess with the cutoff. You could do all sorts of shit. You could play any kind of instrument that only takes one hand. Like, you could do keyboards. You could do anything. Like, if you look way back in my videos, I play the accordion in one hand, and I play the tabor pipe in the other hand. And that is something that's really interesting. Like, I might have to try that again, because, like, seriously, that, I can see that having some fucking potential, like, folk music-wise, because it's got, like, because accordion bass has a real solid kind of bass line for, like, an acoustic instrument, because it's got, like, a chord button. It's got, like, a single note bass button, then the chord button, and you could, like, alternate between that, and you got yourself, like, a whole bass line on an acoustic instrument. So tabor pipe one hand, accordion in the other hand, and you got something special. But basically, after the verse, I do the tabor pipe, and then I just repeat the chorus, and rinse and repeat. That's the song until the end. I fade it out, and that's how I make my music. Once in a while, I'll also make like kind of a layered thing, but that's simple. You can fucking record like this, and then you repeat it so you have a bass line. You record this, and then you just go like that. And like an audio recording thing. You can do anything you want with that. But all in all, that's going to be my video for today. That's how I make my music. But hey, stay tuned for next week Wildcard Wednesday, because I'll be back with something random. Might be another beer review, but it might be something random like this. So hey, stay tuned, because I'll be back for more.